Constitution, the separation of powers, and the rule of law. It's striking down the excessive use of nationwide injunctions to interfere with the normal functioning of the executive branch. The Supreme Court has stopped the presidency itself. That's what they've done. And really, it's been an amazing period of time. This last hour, there are people elated all over the country. I've seen such happiness and spirit. Sometimes you don't see that, but this case is very important. I was elected on a historic mandate, but in recent months we've seen a handful of radical left judges effectively try to overrule the rightful powers of the president to stop the American people from getting the policies that they voted for in record numbers. It was a grave threat to democracy, frankly, and instead of merely ruling on the immediate cases before them, these judges have attempted to dictate the law for the entire nation. In practice, this meant that if any one of the nearly 700 federal judges disagreed with the policy of a duly elected president of the United States, he or she could block that policy from going into effect, or at least delay it for many years, tie it up in the court system. This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades. And we've been hit with more nationwide injunctions than were issued in the entire 20th century.
Indigenous people.
Together, think of it, more than the entire 20th century.
They were going to take it back anyway, and then they could
grateful
even
to the
stop
Supreme
them.
Court for stepping
Putin and Trump
in
talked
and
about
solving
that,
this
and I
very,
heard
very
him talking about
big
that
and
in the
complex
meeting I was
problem.
in
They made
with
it very
Trump and
simple.
Putin.
I want to thank Justice Barrett.
I heard him talking
who wrote
about
the
that.
opinion brilliantly,
There
as
won't
well
be
as
nothing to have
Justice
supernatural
Roberts
powers.
and Justices Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas.
Like me, I have now
Thanks for this
inherited
decision, and thanks
the
to
supernatural
this decision,
power of 3
we can
inches
now
of
promptly
God.
file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves. It was so clean and so obvious. But this lets us go there and finally win that case, because hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into our country under birthright citizenship, and it wasn't meant for that reason. So thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for transgender surgeries, and numerous other priorities of the American people. This is a decision that covers a tremendous amount of territory. But I want to just thank again the Supreme Court for this ruling. It's a giant. It's a giant. And they should be.
All right. All right. The entire consumer transaction is predicated on your unlimited credit. That's enough for right now.